Volunteer fire companies came from all over.
Mark? Whatever are you doing?
Rehearsing for the pageant.
Well, keep it down. Your father's trying to figure his quarterly taxes.
All right. Oh, Mother, Danny and Ralphie Glick are coming over after they finish their homework. We're going to rehearse.
Have you finished your homework?
Oh, yes, a long time ago.
All right. Just as long as you and the Glick boys don't disturb your father.
Boogeyman band coming round the bend. Is Boogeyman band. Is Boogeyman band.
Tribute.
Salesman.
Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends. Thanks so much for stopping by the Horror Zone channel. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm actually standing on the porch of the Ferndale Airbnb, the Quarters, which was the exteriors for Barlow and Straker's Fine Antiques. And of course, this is the infamous door that we see James Mason walk through. The interiors of the antique store were filmed at Warner Brothers Studios in Burbank. Today's episode is actually episode 23 of Quiet Little Tribute to Salem's Lot, and I'm focusing on actress Barbara Babcock, who played June Petrie in the film. And it was through this door, technically, where she has the encounter with Straker in the antique store when she's trying to buy a gift for her husband. Her interaction with James Mason is one of the longer scenes that she has in the film. And I found out really a lot of interesting things about Barbara Babcock, and I'm really excited to share them with you all today. And I hope everyone enjoys this segment, and here we go. Barbara Babcock, born February 27, 1937, is an American actress. She began her career on television in the mid-1950s with guest starring appearances in more than 60 television series throughout her career. She made several appearances on Star Trek, the original series, Mannix, and Murder, She Wrote. She had a recurring role in the CBS primetime soap opera Dallas from 1978 to 1982. In 1981, Babcock received Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in the Drama Series for her role as Grace Gardner in the NBC police drama series Hill Street Blues, 1981 through 1987. She later starred in a number of short-lived television series, most notable The Law of Harry McGraw, 1987 through 1988. From 1993 to 1998, Babcock starred as Dorothy Jennings in the CBS Western series Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, for which she was nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series in 1995. Babcock also appeared in films Day of the Evil Gun, 1968, Heaven with a Gun, 1969, Chosen Survivors, 1974, The Black Marble, 1980, The Lords of Discipline, 1983, Far and Away, 1992, and Space Cowboys, 2000. Born in Fort Riley, Kansas, Babcock spent a large part of her childhood in Tokyo, Japan, where her father, U.S. Army General Conrad Stanton Babcock Jr. was stationed. She learned to speak Japanese before English. Babcock studied at University of Lausanne in Switzerland and in Italy at the University of Milan. She also attended Miss Porter's school and graduated from Wellesley College, where she was a classmate with Ally McGraw. Babcock made her television debut appearing in an episode of anthology series The United States Steel Hour in 1956. The following year, she made many guest starring appearances on television, notable in The Many Loves of Dobie Gills as a cousin to the rich boy, nemesis of the title character. She made appearances on The Lieutenant, The Munsters, The Green Hornet, The Lucy Show, 1967 to 1969. She appeared in several episodes of the original series of Star Trek, although much of her work on the show consisted of uncredited voice roles. She also appeared in 3 episodes of Hogan's Heroes from 1967 to 1970. In 1968, she made her big screen debut on the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Western film Day of the Evil Gun starring Glenn Ford, followed by a role in Heaven with a Gun, also with Glenn Ford, 1969. She appeared in a number of made-for-television movies and miniseries in the 1970s, including The Last Child, 1971, Christmas Miracle in Caulfield, USA, 1977, The Survival of Dana, 1979, and Salem's Lot in 1979. She had supporting roles in films Bang the Drum Slowly, 1973, Chosen Survivors, 1974, Black Marble 1980, Backroads 1981, Lords of Discipline 1983, and That Was Then, This Is Now 1985, Heart of Dixie 1989, and Happy Together 1989 as well. She also made appearances on the FBI Canon Love, American Style, Medical Center, Starsky and Hutch and the Rockford Files, and 4 episodes of Mannix. She had a regular role in the CBS daytime soap opera Search for Tomorrow in 1976, and from 1978 to 1982 had a recurring role of Liz Craig in the CBS primetime soap opera Dallas. In 1981, Babcock received critical acclaim for playing Grace Gardner. In the NBC police drama series Hill Street Blues, she won the 1981 Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in Drama Series for her work on Hill Street Blues. She appeared in 17 episodes from 1981 to 1987. After her break with the show, Babcock went to star in a made-for-television movies Quarterback Princess, 1983, Attack on Fear, 1984, and News at 11, 1986. She starred in the short-lived CBS drama series The Four Seasons in 1984, based on the 1981 film The Four Seasons. She also starred in the short-lived sitcom Mr. Sunshine in 1986 and the detective series The Law of Harry McGraw from 1987 to 1988. During the 1980s, Babcock also guest starred on Cheers, Hotel, Remington Steele, and starred in an episode of Alfred Hitchcock Presents, receiving the 1987 Cable Ace Award for Outstanding Actress in a Dramatic Series. She made 5 appearances on Murder, She Wrote from 1985 to 1993, and also appeared on The Golden Girls, Empty Nest, China Beach, Wings, and Sisters. Played the mother of Nicole Kidman's character in the 1992 Western film Far and Away. From 1993 to 1998, Babcock played the role of Dorothy Jennings in the CBS Western series Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, for which she was nominated for an Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series in 1993. However, the Emmy Awards website lists the nomination for 1995. She was voted one of the 50 most beautiful people in the world by People in 1994. She reprised her role in the 1998 made-for-television movie Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, the movie. In 1999, she played the leading role in A Vow to Cherish opposite Ken Howard. In 2000, Babcock made her final big screen appearance in the science fiction film Space Cowboys with Clint Eastwood and James Garner. She also made guest appearances on The Pretender, Chicago Hope Frasier, and Judging Amy. From 2001 to 2002, she played the role of the mother of Dana Delaney's character in the Fox drama series Pasadena. In 2002, she appeared in the made-for-television comedy Home Alone 4. In 2004, Babcock was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. She resides in Carmel, California. I was able to locate an interview with Barbara Babcock from Starlog, and it's labeled as Vampire Prey. It talks at first about this episode that she was in of the Munsters called Bats of a Feather. Here she talks about why she did the Munsters episode and goes into Salem's Lot. It says, chosen survivors and the Munsters are aspects of my past I don't even put on my resume anymore, she laughs. I think there were animals in the Munsters I was Eddie Munster's teacher, and there were creatures in the classroom, a bat and a squirrel. That's what I remember about it. It was great fun to do. It was like playing Let's Pretend and becoming a child again. She was a resident of Stephen King's Salem's Lot, the small Maine town populated by vampires. That was a 2-part movie for television. I'll tell you why I did it. She says in a conspiratorial tone, the only reason I did that was to work with James Mason Straker, the head vampire's emissary. He had been such an idol of mine when I was starting out. I went to see every one of his movies because he was the consummate film actor. I learned so much from watching that man work. Even though my Salem's Lot role was very small, my agent said, you mustn't do this. It's sliding backwards rather than going forward. I said, I'm going to do this film because I have a scene with him and I want to work with him, even though it's a small scene. I wanted to express my appreciation because I had studied James Mason and his work for years. I was in awe of this man, she smiles. He was sitting across from me and we were waiting for the shot to be ready so we could film. I kept thinking, how am I going to talk to him? What am I going to say? I had only just been introduced to him. Someone got up and left, so there was an empty chair next to him. I thought, I've got to do it now. I got up, and as I'm walking towards him, somebody else sat down in the chair. I found myself still walking towards him and ended up kneeling at his feet, Babcock sheepishly confesses. There I was in this reverential pose. I told him how much he meant to me. I suppose it all came pouring out of me because I was kneeling. He was so moved, tears came to his eyes. I learned then that no matter what the status of an actor is, she smiles, every actor likes to be appreciated. Babcock suffers A horrible death in Salem's Lot when Barlow the vampire slams her and her husband's heads together in front of their vampire hunting son, Lance Kerwin. It scared the hell out of me when I was killed, the performer reveals. It was also technically scary because the whole room comes down at that point. The room was literally rigged so that the ceiling and walls collapsed, and all of us were just bombarded with flying objects. Everyone was on wires, and that all had to be done perfectly the first take. The actor was able to do the stunt of her own death scene. It helps when you're a dancer, Babcock relates. We use our bodies as our instrument. Having done gymnastics, I know how to fall backwards and not get hurt myself. I didn't have to use a stunt person for when I fall off the table and onto the floor. There's a great kick to it as when you're close to danger, you feel more alive. That's what I've been told by racing car drivers, and that makes sense up to a point. So again, I want to thank everyone for taking the time to watch this video. I found a lot of really interesting things about Barbara Babcock doing the research on her. And she's one of those characters in the film that had an impact on me right away. The kind of hostile nature that she had with her son in the film, because she didn't really care for the things that he was interested in, like monsters and things like that. You know, I related so much to Lance Kerwin's portrayal of Mark Petrie growing up because I was like that. I was into monster movies and things like that, and everybody thought it was strange and it was a fad and it was something I would grow out of. And 51 years later, it's like 51 years old, I'm still into the same stuff I was into when I was about 6-7 years old. So it's funny, and I really appreciate the passion that she brought to the role, and I think it shines through beautifully. And I love that her whole motivation for doing the movie was to work with James Mason, and that interaction that she spoke about in the interview with Starlog really moved me. And I was really happy doing this one. It's one of my favorite ones that I've done in this series, finding out some of those details about what motivated her to be in the film. So thanks so much everyone for watching. I hope everyone's doing well, and stay tuned for some more quiet little tributes coming very, very soon. Take it easy, stay scared as always, and remember, you can do nothing against the master.